Chris Rogers completed his first double hundred for Middlesex as they easily confirmed the draw against London rivals Surrey in their LV County Championship match at Lords. Middlesex had achieved the incredible on the previous day after following on and began the final day on 283 for 2 in their second innings for a lead of 111. Surrey, though, still hadn't given up hope of winning, especially when they removed Nightwatchman Finn in the morning's first over. That wicket for Jay Dernbach effectively left Middlesex on 115 for 3, so a few more wickets now will put the pressure right back on them. Rogers, having fought so magnificently on the previous day and making 131, was not going to give it away now, and he found some solid support from Malan as this pair steadily batted their side to safety once and for all. Rogers was closing in on his Middlesex best, 173 he scored against Somerset on this ground last summer. He now went to his exceptional 150 with a 3 off Xander de Brain, one of a host of Surrey bowlers who'd huffed and puffed for some time in Middlesex's second innings without even making their house wobble. Rogers had faced 261 balls for his 150 and had struck 13 fours. And he hadn't finished yet. He is really a remarkable player who's produced many stunning innings in the county championship, whether it be for Leicestershire, Derbyshire or Northamptonshire. You get the feeling that England's bowlers would have preferred it if he'd not been included in this summer's Ashes squad for Australia. He was, of course, seeing the ball pretty well by now, and as he went to his Middlesex best, he started to clear the rope as well. Both Tim Linley and de Brain were flicked for sixes by a supremely confident batsman who'd started his innings with his side perilously placed, but had now seen them in a more dominant position. He became the 5th man this summer after Jimmy Adams, Luke Wells, Chesley Hughes and Joe Root to score a 200. Wells's had also come against Surrey last week. It was a monumental effort from Rogers, who'd needed 293 deliveries to get there, an innings including those 2 sixes and 19 other fours. His last 50 had occupied only 32 balls. He was right to take in the applause. Middlesex were by now really pushing on, and when Malan plays his shots freely, there are a few better sights on a cricket field. He is an exquisite timer of a cricket ball, and he was playing his shots by now, as his side perhaps even had thoughts of declaring and trying to win a match from a long way behind. One thing was for certain by now, and that was that Surrey were not going to win for the first time this summer. Presently, on batting-friendly surfaces for the most part, they simply can't bowl sides out twice. However, they did at last remove Rogers for a brilliant 214. Still trying to score quick runs, he missed his slog sweep off Gareth Batty and was bowled to bring an end to a 130-run partnership in 23 overs with Malan. If Middlesex were aiming for a win, then they were set back before lunch as Malan was out 3 balls later, drilling Chris Tremlett out to Graham Smith at mid-on. Malan was gone for 47, and he was swiftly followed by Paul Stirling. The game was set up nicely for the big-hitting Irishman, but he'd made only a single when he edged high up to Vikram Solanki. That left the home side on 420 for 6 with a lead of 248, not enough to declare with 2 sessions to go. Having battled so hard to get out of a losing situation, Rogers was certainly not going to hand the initiative back to Surrey, and so he let Neil, Dexter and John Simpson have some fun after lunch. Even though this was now a 4th-day pitch, batting had in fact got easier as the pitcher got older, something that often occurs at Lords. Dexter and Simpson were certainly having few problems as the total rattled along at a very good rate. 4s started to turn into 6s with the declaration now imminent. Solanki offered some easy pickings for these 2 batsmen. It was all a long way away from the second day of this match when Middlesex had made batting look rather difficult in their first innings when they were dismissed for only 166. Dexter reached his half-century with another maximum off Solanki, his second in this over. Dexter, the county's club captain, had got to his 50 off 55 balls with 2 4s and those 2 6s. And next ball he hit out again with another maximum as Solanki's over went for 22 runs. Dexter was out in the next over, swinging this ball from Rory Burns to Tim Linley on the mid-wicket boundary. He'd made 59 and had taken his side past 500. That was Burns' maiden first-class wicket. Aaron Haranath then claimed his first ever wicket as Toby Roland-Jones was held by Burns, and soon afterwards Rogers declared on 514 for 8 with a lead of 342. That was Middlesex's highest ever score against Surrey at Lords. Rogers had decided not to give Surrey a sniff of a chase, so the remainder of this game was nothing more than an elongated net session for the visiting batsman and a good workout for the Middlesex attack. As for the game, there was now nothing resting on it. It was a dead-set draw. Tim Murtagh removed Burns before tea. He chose too late to remove his bat and tickled one through to the keeper to go for 17, a disappointing end to another fine game for the opener. There were some appeals and edgy moments for the batsmen in the last hour before both captains agreed that the game was going nowhere, but Smith and Haranath got through unscathed, taking the total to 85 for 1 by the end, with Smith making 48 and his partner 20. So draw number 3 keeps Surrey in the bottom 3 at this early stage of the summer. They claimed 9 points from this contest, while the 4 points collected by Middlesex sees them lose the top spot to Durham. Both sides now turn their attentions to the new Yorkshire Bank 40 competition.